The wind is crazy right now. The windows are like grrr. Hello, welcome back to my channel, and in today's video I'm going to be doing if you like this, try this. So if you liked one of these books, I'm going to give you a recommendation of another book you should try. So I hope you enjoy. So first on my list, I think I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 pairings. Why 7? I don't know. I guess that's just what I felt like last night when I was making this list. But first I'm going to do The House in the Cerulean Sea by T.J. Klune. If you liked this, for its whimsy, its charm, its magicalness, its children, I recommend The Very Secret Society of Irregular Witches. It has a lot of similarities between the school where these kids are. They both kind of have that. They both have magic. They both have a lot of quirkiness, and I think that if you liked either of these, you would like the other one. So next I have a selection of 4 historical fictions that I'm going to do recommendations for. And I guess kind of what I tried to do in this video is I picked really popular reads and tried to pair them with a book that's not as popular. I guess in this circumstance, in the last one, I think The Very Secret Society of Irregular Witches got pretty popular last year, but I do think House in the Cerulean Sea is a lot more popular. So that's my goal, is to try and pick books that are really hyped to go with books that are not as hyped. So for the hyped book on this one, I'm doing The Last Christmas in Paris by Hazel Ganor and Heather Webb. I have read this twice, maybe 3 times. It's a historical fiction, takes place during World War I, and it's told almost predominantly in letters. And it's really good, and it's kind of nice to read a historical fiction that's not based in World War II. But something else that I like about this one is it is sad. There are parts that made me tear up. It's not absolutely gut-wrenching. So to go with that, I'm recommending The Beantown Girls by Jane Healey. I love Jane Healey. She's one of my favorite historical fiction authors. She's self-published through Amazon Lake Union, but she is a really great writer, and The Beantown Girls follows our 3 main characters during World War II. They do what's called the Red Cross Club Mobile, but they call them the Beantown Girls, I think, because they drive to different where the soldiers are set up for different, all around war spots. I don't know what they're called, and they serve coffee and pancakes or donuts or something like that, and they just bring a lot of joy to the soldiers to see a happy face and all that. And I like this one because, once again, it's not completely gut-wrenching, but it's a really great story, and it's really fun, and there's a lot of good friendship in here and some romance, and I just love her books, and I always want to promote them. So okay, so next I'm going to do If You Liked the Rose Code by Kate Quinn, which is a World War II story about they're called the Bletchley Girls, and they do a lot of secret work at Bletchley Park, decoding things and doing a lot of top secret work for England. And it's kind of a story about their friendships and their love interests, and there's tragedy, and it's just really, really good. And I think the standout part of this book for me was the friendships and the female dynamic, and it does reference a lot Queen Elizabeth and her marriage to Prince Philip. It's kind of a major plot point in this book, but I'm going to say if you liked this one, I would recommend Angels of the Resistance by Noella Salazar. This just came out end of last year, and this is a story about 2 sisters, and they live in the Netherlands, and they are part of the resistance once the Netherlands become Nazi occupied. And the standout for me is the sister dynamic and their dynamic with the other people in the like little resistance pod that they're in, and the female strength in this one. And so I recommend these two together. One that I feel like might not make a lot of sense, but I think to me it makes sense, and that's if you enjoyed A Man Called Ove, which the movie in the US just came out with Tom Hanks, A Man Called Otto, and I went and saw it and I loved it. And I don't generally like movie adaptations. I think that they're hard to get right, and I usually don't enjoy them very much. I can think of the only other one that I feel like was done really well was Crawdads. I feel like it did the book justice. It stuck really well to the main storyline in the book. And I can say that about this one too, except, you know, they Americanized it a little bit because this is a Swedish author, but just like the heart and the whimsy of this book, I would recommend Iona Iverson's Rules for Commuting. It kind of has the same feel to it, where there's, you know, a lot of side characters. Our main character is Iona, and like in this one our main character is Ube, and we're following her and we learn about her past, and she's a really unique character, just like Uwe, and she meets these people on her train when she's commuting, and they kind of start a friendship, and it's really sweet and really genuine. And I just think that if you liked this one, I really think that you should give this one a try. Okay, so next I'm going to say for the hyped book is Practical Magic by Alice Hoffman. You know, this is a classic. Sisters, magic, their aunts, kind of like their history through magic, and, you know, some shenanigans that happen, and kind of dealing with that as a family and their community and stuff. And so for my recommendation to go with it is In the Shadow Garden by Liz Parker. This came out last year, and I really, really liked it. It's got a very similar vibe. It's magical. It's this family, the Hayward family, they are known for their magic. They like take away, like, I think grief, like they, I don't know, get into your aura, I don't know, they get into your spirit and take it out, and then they plant it into this shadow garden, and from that produces like really unique like vegetables and herbs and stuff, and they're sold to like these 5-star restaurants. Anyway, the something happens with the garden and the magic, and there's like a feud between them and this other family that makes bourbon or whiskey. It just reminds me a lot of Practical Magic, with the way that the magic works and the family dynamic, and kind of learning about the past and all that good stuff. So if you liked this, I really think you should try In the Shadow Garden. Okay, I have 2 left. This one might not be my best work, but I do also kind of stand by it. I think that they go well together in their own way. But if you liked The Last Time I Lied by Riley Sager, which is a like in the woods, like staying at an old summer camp kind of vibes, with like jumps to the past. And to me, what the standout with this book was the atmosphere of where we were, and the being in the woods and being in these cabins, and kind of being almost like feeling kind of like claustrophobic with the setting. Then what kind of reminds me of this is Her Dark Lies by J.T. Ellis. And while we're not in a forest or anything, this is, I think, one of the most like atmospheric thrillers I've read in a while. We're on like a remote island off the Italian coast for a wedding, and people start like kind of dying off one by one, but the setting of this is really good, and it kind of just gave me the same kind of vibes as Last Time I Lied. So I think go ahead, give it a try. I liked both of them. This one I definitely liked more, but this is good too, so just think about it. Okay, and lastly for my hyped book is Finley Donovan is Killing It. Everyone loves Finley. Everyone's obsessed with this series, and rightfully so. I think it's great. Finley is a fun character. We love the mysteries. I love Vero. I love their dynamic. it's got a lot of great things going for it. So as far as like cozy mysteries go, if you liked Finley Donovan, I think you should try The Secret Book and Scone Society. While it's not as much like mistaken antics and stuff, it does have a really good story, a really good friendship. Like Finley and Vero, this is like the Scone Society. They have a really great dynamic. There's good mysteries, there's lots of good food. I just think that if this was kind of like your introduction into cozy mysteries, I guess it is considered a cozy mystery, I think you should give this one a try. This is one of my favorite series. So okay, so that's all I have for if you liked this, try this, and if you liked this video, let me know and I can do more of these. Really fun to put together. So I hope you guys have a great day and I'll see you next time. Bye.